Hello everybody, welcome in today. Happy Monday everybody. How are you guys doing? My draw, what's going on? We are going to try to maintain an internet connection long enough for me to paint some minis today. So we'll see. It's trying to address the issue before and it seems too difficult, apparently. So what's going on, Zane? How you doing? Get some paints ready here. Two colors. I did do some work last night on these minis, and it might be a little hard to see, but I just did some little highlights on the bronze, and I can't even show you because there we go. All right. I did some highlights on the bronze, just sort of some actual bronze back over the wash and some light bronze, and then I worked with the copper a bit. I just highlighted the gold real quick, and then I messed around with the top of the Automantic Pavis here, and focus. Let's see. No, okay, just sucks. All right. I decided an orange glow, and I just did that actually while I was waiting for stream to start. So. Probably put another coat of orange on there. Just wanted a different color, or like a force field generator type thing. Yeah, and I finished highlighting the white on all the gun casings. So what I'm gonna do is go through, and I think we'll start with the silver. And then we'll come back and we'll hit the red, and then we just have a few other things to go after that. So we're almost done with this mini. I will show you guys, since there's a few of you here, these are some of the things I have coming up next. So I primed minis. Where are you? Okay, so I have the Centurion here. Is the Mark II Centurion ready to be painted. I have all of my TAC Marines with Nuncio Voxes. Gundam card game starter deck all morning. Special edition back in July include 3 minis are usable. Oh wow, oh that's cool. Did you get that one? So I'll have to paint some Nuncio Voxes on some TAC Marines, and then I have, what are my other dudes here? This guy, I have one sergeant here, so gave him the nice tabard, and he's casting spells, and he's got his bolter. I have another sergeant with a bolter, and he's got like a power sword, and then he's throwing spells. Oh, you're looking to buy it at $70. Okay. Yeah, that guy, that came out of the Rapier Crew kit, which is cool. It just hangs from his belt. And the last sergeant I have, it's this guy, who just has the tabard and little like scrolls and stuff, but he just has a bolter. So keeping it simple with that guy. I also primed a few of the breachers that I have. Primed to base coated, so I have the first 5 breachers ready. I have to print more shoulder pads because I messed with their arms a little bit, but first 5 breachers are primed and base coated and ready to paint. So that's something else I'll be painting. Yeah, looking forward to getting into these and seeing exactly what it takes
First
to
of
paint
all,
a breacher.
let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me back into your home.
Hey, Logetta Prime, welcome in. How are you doing? Thank you for the follow. Put these guys. I'm excited to paint these sergeants, though. They will definitely see lots of use. So this one's a Mark 6, and we got a Mark 2. Yeah, I'm excited for those. So we will see when we get there. But in the meantime, we're gonna work on the turret, and I'm just gonna get some steel out, and we're we're just gonna put some edge highlights on the silver or steel or whatever you want to call it. Nothing too intense. I want to keep some of the kind of gritty metallic in here. When's that tabletop game supposed to come out? That starts next year? You say next year it's supposed to come out? Seems like they made a big hype about it and then didn't say anything else. Okay. It's really nice. Much up my hey, that's fine. You do an excellent job. Don't be comparing your own stuff with mine. I paint a lot. Basically paint 7 days a week at this point. And it's also kind of my job, so don't make that personal. Bugsy, what's going on? How are you doing today? It's happy Monday. I haven't streamed on a Monday in quite some time. We're gonna stream the rest of the Mondays in September are gonna be streamed, so we're gonna do this, try to stream a few hours a day, every day. Yeah, this is a very good life lesson. Yeah, especially when it comes to like your hobbies, right? Like, you do your hobbies how you want to, and you know, I understand you're saying it as a compliment. I appreciate it. I really do. Just going through highlights on. All these weapons here. This antenna keeps breaking off. I think if it breaks one more time, I'm just going to remove it. Just keep the shortened part of it. Let's see. It's very rare that I break minis anymore, but that little antenna for some reason just keeps going. Advent of social media has manipulated us into comparing our life. Yeah. Yeah, as a someone who streams full time, I am not a fan of social media. I'm like such a hypocrite. Social media is the worst, Sig. Yeah. I love streaming and love doing what I do and everything on a day-to-day basis, but if I had to choose between, social media never existing or me doing this as a job, I would bite the bullet. I would go work somewhere else, guys. I'm sorry. Delete all yours. Yeah. It's a good call. Good call, Sig. My painting level? I paint a lot fairly quickly for gaming. Yeah. That's a skill. That is an important skill to know, especially when you game and when you play a lot of different games too. If you can't paint quickly, you're just going to be miserable, right? Yeah, thank you. I appreciate the compliment. Again, I understand your compliment. People tend to be really hard on themselves anymore, and it's hard to difficult to parse that out. But also, I don't want to be someone who encourages people putting down their own work, because you guys paint amazing things, and I appreciate when you guys share your work, and I can see what you guys are doing. It's good inspiration. I have definitely taken inspiration from plenty of people on the Discord and people in this community. I love it. Aspire to your own will. Yeah. Okay, we did that. Let's keep going. Figure out what to do with the barrels here eventually. Do you guys see the next 40K release coming out? We got the Dark Eldar were announced this morning with two updated models. Dark Eldar don't get new models. Lady Malice is a new model. She's just not a new unit. So yeah, there's Lady Malice has a mini finally. 5th edition she had rules and never got a mini, and she was cut in the 7th edition codex and the very next codex, along with most of the other special characters. But yeah, and the new Archon. Yeah, the new Archon looks really good though. I'll be honest, I really like the new Archon mini, but this continues the trend of Dark Eldar receiving nothing new since 5th edition. They have gotten absolutely nothing new since 5th edition. And they have actually lost units every single new codex that's come out. Every single edition they've lost units. Units have been taken away from their book. So I did read a brief rumor. I don't know, the truth of it. I don't know, no verifying the accuracy of the rumor. But I did read that all of the still Finecast minis in the line are just gone. And that is 4 things that are still Finecast in their line. There's the Beastmaster with all the beasts, the Court of the Archon, Urian Rakarth, the special character homunculus guy, and Grotesques, who are the big racks, the big like ogre in size racks. They are all going away. And if they are, then that says a lot, because, you know, people are talking about Dark Eldar getting a refresh in 11th edition. I can't think of a time when Games Workshop removed units and in the very next edition put them back in to the book. So that might mean those units might be gone for good, or for a very long time. No, Grotesque had Finecast minis. They were really bad, and there was just one of them, so there wasn't any opposes to them. But they did actually have minis. Yeah, it is a lot like Necron just getting a new lord, but I like the Archon mini. I like it better than the Lady Malice mini. It's a good shout to the classic 5th edition Archon mini that came out, the metal one, or I guess eventually Finecast, and the plastic Archon that's currently out. I think it's basically considered the worst Dark Eldar mini. So I guess thanks for updating the worst mini that they have. Okay. Let's get this next side here. Is this last codex it is the last codex, at least of existing factions, provided there's not something coming, you know, like a new faction like Dark Mech or Exodites or something. But yeah, reasonably impressive for Games Workshop to get all the codexes out in about 2.5 years. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what comes out next year. I have, you know, hopes that 40K gets a lot of cool minis and like cool campaign stuff, and a lot of things come out before 11th that's not just like invalidating people's armies and everything, that it's, you know, not like a Space Marine 10.5 codex or whatever. I hope there's like an actual like cool, like, yeah, I mean, like, well, the 9th edition was like the Vashtor stuff, right? All about Vashtor, and those campaigns seem to be really fun. Everybody gets a little bit of something, not everybody, but a lot of people get something out of it, and it's mostly just new models and new rules that aren't like a, you know, you're not paying $60 for your whole army just to get a new index in the next edition, right? So yeah, campaigns, in my opinion, are kind of where it's at. You just wait, though, guys. They're going to release them as journals. Something about printing those 48-page books saves Games Workshop a ton of money. So they fit everything on 48-page books. It's the new Necron Nightbringer. Yeah. Yeah, it looks good. I think the old one still looks good, aside from the scarabs on its base. I think that's the biggest downfall to that mini. Which isn't bad, all things considered. So what's up, Hum? How you doing? Thing has the size of yeah, it was on a 40 mil base, right? What's funny too is when the Nightbringer was originally released and everything with that 3rd edition codex, it wasn't just part of the god, it was the entire Catan. Like they're like, this is the Nightbringer. And the lore was a lot different for Necrons at that point, but it's just funny, like, yeah, cool, an entire, like, sun-eating god 40 mil base. Yeah, we'll see what the Dark Eldar have. For some reason, their rules always pique my interest. I'm sure whenever 11th edition comes out next June, I'll be trying out 40k again. Because I feel like I have to try every edition. You know, honestly, I think the thing that surprised me the most about 10th edition was that they never added war gear cost into the game. That's probably the most surprising thing to me. I could have sworn that the indexes wouldn't have the war gear cost, and then the codex would add it back in because, you know, like more effort into the codex. But I was mistaken. Getting lazy. They've been lazy with it, yeah. For years at this point. They're so focused on balancing the game. Oh, and did you guys see the newest? There was a Valrak rumor popped up this morning about the Scouring. And there's two parts to the rumor. The first part is the Warhammer TV series on Amazon is apparently, according to the rumor, going to be covering the events of the Scouring. So that's like immediate post-heresy, reuniting the Imperium back together, those kind of things. That's the rumor about the TV show. The other rumor, yeah, it's all Space Marines, is that Games Workshop is making a Scouring game, like a rule set to play the Scouring. Not totally unlike how the Horus Heresy works in the like Games Workshop, like Specialist Design Studio and everything. So it's its own tabletop miniature game for the Scouring. I could see that just being an expansion to the Heresy, like using Horus Heresy rules and going into the Scouring, but I don't know. I don't know about that. So with the Scouring, that means stuff like Mark 7 armor and like updated Mark 7 and all those things. And they said the rumor said like updated Primarchs for the Scourings, like Robo-Dorn and like his Scouring version, all that stuff. I could really see that being like, here's a supplement to the Horus Heresy. It's the Scouring. Another thing about that rumor is Xenos rules. So that's a part of that rumor, is that there's going to be Xenos in the Scouring rule set. So as soon as someone says Xenos, I just figure it sounded very wish listy. But yeah, Xenos rule, like O'Doyle, yeah. So yeah. What was the Scouring? The Scouring was the events right after the Horus Heresy. So like, the Loyalists won the Heresy. They killed Horus. Emperor gets on the Golden Throne and sits there and slowly dies or whatever. This is like the Imperium trying to knit itself back together. And if you guys remember, Games Workshop announced that it's a new book series. And I think they released the first set of books for the Scouring, which if I'm not mistaken, it's like a bunch of short stories or something. But I think that's kind of the new thing they want to get into, is the Scouring. And if I'm crazy, if I'm not crazy, Dorn Chunok Gilliman, yeah. Isn't the War of the Beast, doesn't that take place during the Scouring? Is that kind of the idea? What's up, Sectorix? Oh, okay. And they were around for that long. Jeez, alright. No, I have not painted this many. Sorry for the weird deja vu. I do like the idea of updated Mark 7. You know, I imagine by the time that game comes out, we're gonna have all the Heresy marks of armor, so marks 2 through 6 in plastics. So you're gonna see, what is that, 6 different tactical squads on the shelves. Alright, so if they send you a FOMO box with 15-euro molds, is it still FOMO? Yeah. There is a new mold in there. Yeah. That's my statement, Sectorix. Drukhari have not had a new unit since 5th edition. They have lost units in all of their codexes since 5th edition. That's what it's like to be Drukhari, though. EW hates you. Being a space elf. I'm pretty sure the Eldar have had like 3 refreshes since the Dark Eldar got a new unit. I don't want to hear any sympathy from the Craft Worlders. They're allergic to progressing their storyline. Yeah, Chaos Xenos. That'd be cool. Yeah, Chaos Xenos. Yeah. The Harlequins have also had an update since the Drukhari did. So every Harlequin mini in existence is younger than the Drukhari line. Harlequins were still metal when Dark Eldar got their last new unit. Weird story. Pure Fist being destroyed entirely twice. Yeah. Yeah, because that's when Vulcan officially like disappeared for the last time, right? I mean, Orc Death Star would be pretty cool. One of the least popular armies. Yeah. I don't think they're less popular than Genestealer cults, to be honest. Or even Harlequins. I think Drukhari are more popular than Harlequins. As an army, Harlequins had their own codex for, what, 4 editions or something? Before they got rolled back into the Eldar. About to get to this red highlight. It'll be really nice. About pointed hats, but something grimdark. I don't know. I think they're grimdark enough. I like the grimdark level in 40k. I think if you go overboard, you end up with like Trench Crusade, which, whether you like that or not, like, that's already its own thing. So, not like GW's ever not stepped on someone else's toes, but I think you can do too much. Yeah, an elf without a pointy hat does not sound like a Warhammer elf, to be honest. Their heads are conically shaped. It's the only helmets that fit. I think the reason there's more talk and discussion around Genestealer cults is because they have it's a newer army. They have more updated minis. If there is more talk about them, I don't know. I'm in a GSC Discord, so I see a lot of talk about them, but I don't want that to like one Discord influence what the talk is. My thoughts are, I guess. Yeah, GW's never gonna release sales numbers for armies. Yeah, I mean, Drukhari, they still do at this point. They still have the best combat patrol, I think. The best value combat patrol. That's about to change with the 10th edition one that's coming out, but at the start of 10th, when it came to combat patrol sets, it was, what, Grey Knights, GSC, and Drukhari that had the best combat patrol sets, as far as value and usability goes. The value in the new one with the Rax and the Talos pales in comparison. It's hard to beat the value of getting 2 vehicles in a starter set. Alright, I think we're done with the silver. Some basic highlights around here adds to it, and we are going to jump into white gold. Yeah, I don't know what the start collectings were like. I think I have a start collecting from GSC. Yeah. Yeah, seeing GW sets, their value boxes go down in value. Yeah. Okay, here we go. We got white gold out. We get a small brush out. And we're gonna start on this red. We're gonna go on the legs first. Yeah, there's some really good ones, some really bad ones. The worst of them include special characters, but GW knows what they're doing with that, so... So, I was asking this last night on stream, but what do you guys think the next Sunday preview is going to be? Now, I have thoughts on this because, and I was wondering, I guess my big question that came with this was, what has GW previewed and announced that's coming out that hasn't come out yet? And as of right now, the only thing I can think of is Heresy stuff. It's 30k stuff. So the Fellblade, the Mark II Assault Marines, their combat forces, those kinds of things are the only things I can think of that have been announced but haven't come out. Am I crazy in that? Is there something else? Is there another Age of Sigmar faction that they announced? Is there yeah, we still have to get, man, we did a Loyalist Primarch in this edition of 40k. What roadmap? What roadmap are you talking about? Yeah, I'm just curious if there's something that's been like officially announced by GW. Like, what is it? Because I'm trying to think of when this Heresy stuff is gonna come out. Last review. Oh, okay. You sure it wasn't just like a Space Wolf? Because they're doing and that was before the Space Wolf Codex came out. Positive. Oh, okay. Okay, there's one. Yeah, it's that one. That was before the Space Wolves came out, though, wasn't it? I think it was. Man, I don't remember. I could just be misremembering things. But yeah, I don't think there's anything else that GW has announced. Well, now we have Drukhari. I don't think Drukhari are going to be out on Sunday. I think the only thing that could be coming is Heresy stuff. Even the Imperialis stuff already got their release. GW releases stuff so fast anymore, it's hard to keep up sometimes. Yeah. It's not a new character, but yes, the plastic mini for the 5th edition character that's coming back into the army. Yep. We were talking about that earlier. Yeah, I like the new Archon mini that's coming. What's going on, Rage? How you doing? Yep, still no new things. Yeah, Lady Malice had rules in 5th edition. She didn't have a mini, but she had rules. Talked about how she was... I remember her lore was all about how she was a lady friend to Vect. And also his, like, biggest rival. Down. Hey, Quishy, what's going on? How are you doing? Working on finishing this turret. First proper class of uni today. Alright. Congratulations. Good luck. Adepticon reveal. They roadmap the rest of this year, ending with Salamander Eye of Preview. Last image of Silma has Space Marine with the helmet on, labeled Future. And it was a Space Wolf. Yeah, because that would have been the Space Wolf Codex. I still think Russ is going to come out. You know, and that might be... He might be the big campaign guy to come out at the end of the edition. I made a Trench Crusade mini. Nice. That's cool. Just gonna keep doing highlights here. As I run my brush across there, I don't know what I painted there. It's all right. Just ignore that. Okay, 3 of those 4. Finish this, we get on to the turret. No, we'll do this real quick. First, we'll finish this. Kind of in the zone here. I do think the old world has a journal that still has to be released, because they released one with the like as the second Cathay book that I think came out last weekend or the weekend before, but there was another one they announced at the same time that hasn't come out yet. Yeah, it's like all 3D print. Yeah. And we just put a little bit of paint on our brush. And just drag it perpendicular to these corners. It really puts out that metallic feel. The Dark Elf Blood Bowl team? That's cool. If I played Blood Bowl, I would play with the Wood Elf team or the Gnomes. Yeah, the Gnomes look really cool. They look like they're a lot of fun. They look like they're just like punching bags for everybody else. So buy the team, buy stuff. Yeah, you gotta take care of the school stuff first. Yeah. Don't neglect that for miniatures. Okay. We'll get that highlight done. We're going to get onto the actual turret proper, but before I put any of that paint on the turret, we're going to back to this $3 kilos of UV resin. Dang, it's a good amount. So the tablet is for school, is for university, is that right? It's cool though. I should have been an art major. Yeah, the little like badger they have on their team and stuff, like they have the cutest little animals. It's just like, all right, play a game of football to the death. Oh, cool, 3D art classes. That's cool. Okay, we start simple. Just go around the outside, around the outside, around the outside. School for video game development. That's cool. Nice. May you have a successful career in whatever you choose to do. Your video game development degree. Grumpy Insight. Oh man, oh, the Nightbot got you, dude. What's up, Grumpy? How you doing? Hey, don't talk about my bots. They are valued members of this community. You don't need to learn it in school. Yeah, well, I think there's value going to school for stuff like that. I don't think Quishy is paying U.S. university prices, though. So, not like he's going to be in crippling debt for 30 years. Still trying to find a job in video game development. Who knows? Quishy might still be in crippling debt for 30 years after this, but I am not one to judge people's choices. About to pay off for student loans. Ah, congrats. Exciting. What do you do with all your extra money? Portfolio. Pay off my mortgage. Too much. All right, Bugsy. Point noted. We can drop it. We're not gonna harsh the kid's vibe. Oh, what are we doing here? Oh, bolts. Seriously? It dropped? It did drop. Okay, it's back. It literally dropped 100 frames and the whole internet was like, no. You know, I'm thinking this might be Restream. I wonder if this is a Restream thing. You guys can hear me? Can you hear me? Because this is saying that it's still trying to send data, like I'm not streaming yet. Yeah, it's weird. I had a weird thing last night before my stream where Restream was telling me that I need to connect my streams in order to view and use chat out of OBS. But both of my channels are connected and everything, so I just couldn't use my chat. Last night. Not that I needed to use it, but I can't read it on OBS, which I have a separate tablet that has chat open and everything, but it was a weird issue. Kept throwing like error messages at me and everything. Feels good getting this color done. So much little detail. Gotta do transfers and some weathering on this as well. So I guess we do the transfers first. The weathering will be quick. But we want to do it after the transfers to kind of... Gotta be the modem, you think? Does it look like a pull-open gel-filled air freshener? No. No, it doesn't. It honestly looks like a PlayStation that sits upright. No, it's a newer one. I just had it. I had it put in, it was like 8 months ago. It was back in January when I switched providers. And the Russian dude installing it was very adamant that it was a new modem. That my old surfboard was nowhere compared to the technology that's in the new one. You know, if there's one honest people out there, it's the Russians. You gotta trust what they say. Disappointment 1, you ready? Alright, have a good one, man. I'm sure it'll cut out as soon as you leave. So, good luck with your dentist appointment. Big ammo box is the last big highlight to get on this. What color I want to do for her coat of dress? Yeah, I don't know. He says, wait, are you painting the Blood Bowl or the Trench Crusade stuff? An Artillery Witch. I thought the most appropriate color for any kind of clothes in Trench Crusade is just brown. It's muddy brown. Red with silver filigree. Okay. Alright, is that it? We can get a little over here. I think that's it for the red highlight. So the next thing we need to do is add some transfers. That's our next thing. So with that said, I will be back in just a moment. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm going to fill up my little water palette with water so I can soak my transfers. I'm gonna grab my transfers and stuff. So give me a couple minutes. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. I have a sheet of transfers here. So my old one is mostly dead, but I see some potential on there. Yeah, I think we'll stick with that. I don't need the new one yet. Okay. Craft knife. We want our precision tweezers. We need a brush. And we need this stuff, Mark Fit. Decal solution. So we will start with the gold transfer, and I think let's do this like three-dimensional one right here. Let's put that one. Your phone is dead. Oh no. Not my stream, is it? Let's place this in our water, and it's going to soak there for a minute. And while that does, we're going to get a couple other transfers. So one I need to get is this Order of Ruin, this serpent here. This is definitely an Order of Ruin piece of machines. The Order of Ruin is the all the mechanics and everything. We want one of these. I like these cool little runes for all my vehicles. Don't know what they mean. I'll take one. And we can put... do have space on the back, so that'll be cool. Let's put a little block of numerology runes. Picture the model. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can put these in. Okay, first thing we're going to put on is the that gold sunburst. Will be right here on this white part on the front. We're gonna put a brick of runes on the back. I think an Order of Ruin serpent. Maybe somewhere on the front, maybe like here. And then that gold kind of icon we can put on the legs. We'll put on one of the legs. And as a matter of fact, yeah, that'll be good enough. We don't need to go too far overboard. Dark wash over the red armor. That's not a terrible idea. I think that can work just fine. Like a red or a purple wash, is that what you're thinking? That more in focus. How about that? Mark Fit. With that soaking nicely. You know, we can probably get these smaller ones first. They're already peeling off. So we put the Mark Fit on there. Grab with the tweezers. Slide it into place. Okay, and we'll take a little bit of a paper towel. Gently trying to not these.
Stay on target.
Looks crooked on camera. It's not crooked. It's just the way those transfers sit. Okay. I'm trying to keep it in focus. Trying. Okay. Let's get this little serpent here. Put him right there. Just like that. It's a good place. Okay. Next one, we'll get the big one here. Since it's 3D, we want to make sure the shadows go. Oh, that's too big. Oh no. That's way too big. Okay, never mind. Can we find something smaller? Is that smaller? No, that's the same size. Those are smaller. Okay. Sorry, transfer. You gotta go. Let's soak that up for a minute. Okay, let's revisit that here momentarily. We'll come back to you. I think what we do though, we're gonna kind of cheat. We're gonna steal this sunburst symbol from this scarab transfer here. We're gonna put that in water. Okay, well that's going. Come over here. Put this little rune. Okay, those sit right there. While that's soaking, we will go ahead and we cover these. Set just a little bit. Cover them with a layer of this Mark Fit. That. We'll get this one. Unfortunately, we're not gonna weather this while these are drying. We're gonna have to wait till they're completely set and dry, so over a few hours. But that's something we can do first thing tomorrow, or I can just do tonight. I can varnish the mini and try to be done with it. Okay, now back to this. Try this again. Still seems like it might be too big. It is a little too big. Do we go with it being too big? I think it's something we just live with. Flatten this out a bit. Take our paper towel. Draw out from underneath, and then we'll another coat of this Mark Fit over top. All right. And I think these need to set. What I can do though, I can grab some contrast paint and get these lenses. Let's put away our transfer stuff though. Try to put these in. Okay. Sweet. Using transfers. Don't know. Okay. I'm gonna take Striking Scorpion Green. Give it a good shake. Start on a lot of these lenses this color. Some of them will be different colors, but okay. Nice green on there. mix color over some of these. I'm going to put Talisar blue. Make a nice little like blue-green color. All right. Yeah, so now all that's left to do is for the Mark Fit to do its magic, to set these transfers into the model, and then we're going to weather. After a weathering, we're going to spread all the satin varnish, lock everything in, and to kind of reinforce our red metallic. That's done. I'll take an ultra matte varnish. I have this AK ultra matte varnish here. I'm going to paint it on everything that's not a metal or red. So essentially on this mini, it's the white. That's pretty much all that's getting the matte varnish. So like this mini won't get any matte varnish. This one will just get on the gun casing in the front of the weapon here. So put a matte varnish, makes it look a lot more real, so everything's not like glossy. And then I can pull this off the stand. I can assemble it. I'll also put matte varnish over like the tips of the guns and where some of the weathering is. But yeah, and then I think I'll just take some weathering powder and get some sand in the crevices and everything, and then we'll just kind of call this thing complete. But it's cool. I am definitely taking this in my next game, which might be this weekend. So it will be used. I don't know to what effect, but it will be used. Puts out a lot of dice. Throws a lot of dice. That's what it does. So it'd be a good time. All right, let's set you up. And we got about an hour. What should I do with this hour here? I paint more. Let's see. Do I do the tactical sergeants? Do I paint the centurion? CO box guys. Let's paint the sergeants. Let's go in and paint these three. This one, okay. This will be something slightly different. Still more Space Marines, but we're gonna paint these guys. Let's put some of these colors back. Get that color out. Get you out. Yeah, I don't think I want to do more at this time. Yeah. Okay. So we'll start with our golds. I have just rich gold here. I'll refocus here in a minute. A spare hand. a bit. Okay, there's the Marine. I'm gonna paint these icons gold. So their shoulder pads are gonna be white to help them stand out. I knew I could cruise through this set once I actually dive into it. Just when was I going to be able to do that? That was the real question. Those, I think we just need the backpack now. Yeah, just the backpack. Okay, I think that's all the gold on that one. Go on to the next one. We'll do the other Mark II first. Oh, I forgot a part on these guys. This first one, they have a gold collar. have these scrolls. These are like generic pieces that came in the set. I don't know what they're supposed to be. We got them. I put them on the mini, so... Alright, I think we have the gold on this guy set. Just has a little skull on his bolter. The other guy doesn't. Okay. You know what? There actually is one more thing on him. His cloak has, or his loincloth has trim on the bottom. Okay. On to the Mark VI Sergeant.
First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me back into your home.
Hey, Nooper Gaming, welcome. How are you doing? Thank you for the follow. Hope you're having a wonderful day today. Just hanging out painting some Horus Heresy minis. Yeah, I'm doing really well. Very relaxed, but you know, I'm happy I'm making progress on these minis, so it's good. Are you you in the hobby? You paint minis or play war games or anything? I have an example Mark VI I need here. Okay. This piece right here is gold. We do the rest of that emblem and the other parts silver. Started painting about a month ago. Nice. What are you working on? What do you got? You playing What game you playing? What faction? What you doing? I need to know. I play and collect a lot of mini games. Death Guard, oh sweet, for 40k or for Horus Heresy. Yeah, I collect in, well, at this point, just collect way too many miniature games. For 40k, nice, okay. Very cool. Have you played it all yet, or are you just getting into it? How are you finding painting? I have painted literally thousands of minis the past few years, and I have never painted a full Death Guard mini, which is pretty wild to think about, but they are fairly complex. A lot of little details on them, so I'm never like chomping at the bit to paint them. I'm painting a couple, excuse me, a couple squad sergeants here. We go with my 30k Thousand Suns. The way sergeants work in the new edition is a lot different than how they worked in the old edition. So this is basically me updating. What I'm taking. I like to field things that are, you know, what you see is what you get. So to run specific flavors of Sergeant, I prefer to have the minis for him.
Look at me!
Oh, cool. Where am I looking? This dude, I bet, could double as a Centurion, though. Just have to be a Sergeant. Pretty happy about that. You need a lot more characters. And the whips, sure. Absolutely. Let me go take a look here in just a second, Quishy. Finish this shoulder trim here. Okay. Let's take a look. What's Quishy got for us in the whips? My stream cut out again? It did cut out again, huh? I'm sorry, guys. Oh, nice. Okay. I like the like deep red with the... Is that a purple wash or like a dark like maroon wash? makes everything look very maroon. I like the color tone. Also, is that like an atom bomb that that person is either summoning or just holding above their head? Is that what that is? Because that's pretty wild if it is. Don't have to be too neat with these this time because these shoulder pads are going to be painted white. You have the purple. Okay, okay. No, I like it. I like the deeper color on it. I think it's great looking. Guys, if you haven't already, go check out Squishy's Mini that they're painting. They put on in the work in progress page or channel on Discord. Great looking stuff. Pulls bombs out of a portal that she summons. Okay. Yeah, alright. Just, you know, everyday stuff. That's cool. Unsure what color for the robes. Oh. In my opinion, you could go a couple different ways with that. I feel like you could go black and keep it like, you know, much more darker tones on everything and that kind of attitude. I feel like you could go for like a light gray or like a white, which would, you know, set a completely different tone for the mini. I don't know anything about the faction or whatever, so that could be good. It could be a good like dichotomy between the grimdark of Trench Crusade and then what the mini, you know, is. Go for very neutral gray as well. Maybe make it like really dirty or something. Might be an interesting choice. I think going for a more neutral color will probably benefit the model more, especially with the brightly colored armor. So, you know, avoiding stuff like greens or reds or whatever, and sticking with something that's not going to distract from kind of more vibrant armor color. Those are my opinions, and you can use it if you want to know. If you have better ideas, by all means, that is okay. Either way, share pictures. Is there more that I do in gold? I don't think there is. I think that might be about it for the gold. It's good. We can move on to the silver. Is Twitch struggling? Transfer, I'm trying to let it dry out. Which is struggling, yeah. This is. Yeah, I guess I'd make more phone calls after stream today. No, yeah, I don't know. Well, my stream's cut out twice. Day. And that one time it just said like, it's like, yeah, YouTube's fine, but Twitch was, my Twitch side was pretty weird. Finish up this silver on these 3 minis for the day here. Hey, Primarch 13, what's going on? Gilliman himself has graced us with his presence. How you doing? Altering backpack, I think, is doing fine. I mean, Star Wars Heresy. Oh, cool. What Legion you playing? Did you get the Saturnine box set, or are you just starting with something else? Please post up pictures what you're working on, because you're doing 13th Legion. All right. Well, I mean, I know you play Lisa Votan, right? So not like you're exclusive to the Ultramarines, but Ultramarines are cool in the Heresy. The old box, yeah, the old box is great. Yeah, I think it's a better value, more generic too, which is nice for when you're starting. The Saturnine box is a decent, like, expansion. But, you know, also it's nice for some Legions more than others, I think, aesthetically. Just because of the Saturnine stuff. Like, yeah, everybody can use Saturnine. Terminator armor, but that doesn't mean it looks cool with them. So, yeah, you're painting your Votann. I know what's up. Yeah, New Box is a great expansion set. That's what I'm in the middle of painting. I have painted 16 of the models from the box so far. And I'm working on the next few. I have the turret is about done. I'm just waiting for transfers to dry basically before I continue and finish up on it. Yeah, I painted the Dreadnought. I have 15 Tactical Marines painted. I'm working on some Tactical Marine Sergeants here for my Thousand Sons. I'm trying to stream and paint every day this week, or every weekday this month. Give me motivation to get things done. I don't like having a big like pile of shame, big backlog. So, and I do with this 3rd edition stuff that came out. So, I'm trying to give myself time to reduce that number. Hey, Greenleaf, what's going on? I went hungry. Yeah, all my fault. Lazy kids. You gotta finish some of your work in progress. You'll get there. You'll get there. Don't worry about it. Okay, I think that's silver. That'll be red. Yeah, that's the silver on this one. Switch new Votann stuff. Probably paying Votann for more than a year. Oh, dang, yeah. One of your buddies doing it is doing Iron Hands. Oh, cool. Alright. Would love to kill some Iron Hands. Yep. Need paint that I didn't get last time. What paint did you get last time? Uber. It can get pricey, and there's definitely some that are better than others. There's one guy in our group that's he started Iron Hands for 3rd edition. But I haven't got to play him yet. Metallics? Get yellows, browns, whites. Yeah. Yeah, and it takes time. It's expensive to like buy all this stuff at once. It takes time to really build up that like collection of paint. Using GW paints, okay. GW paints are okay. The bottles are kind of trash, and the paint is expensive compared to a lot of other brands. But I know people, especially people just getting in the hobby, you you get the paint at the store where you buy your minis, and getting the name brand stuff is the way a lot of people do it. Blue gray for the cloak. Nice. Okay. Cool. Good idea. So a video on Discord of you. Okay, sweet. I will watch the video after stream. It is I mean, it looks good from the still there. Looks really good, but yeah, I'll watch it right after stream, which will be about half an hour or so. Maybe a little less than that. I'll be finishing up, but thanks for posting, man. I appreciate you sharing. I love seeing the work you guys do. I'm just doing base colors on these guys. There's a decent chance I get close to finishing these tomorrow, these three. Quick just painting 3 minis, we'll see. Might do a little bit of work on my own tonight while I have the time, just putting more base colors just to save me some time. Yeah, I kind of have like a threefold goal for this month. I want to stream every weekday, so we're doing that. I normally stream 3 weekdays a week. I normally stream Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but I'm going to do Monday through Friday. So we're doing that. I want to hobby every day. I've been doing some kind of painting or assembling or airbrushing or whatever that is, whatever it is. Doing that every day. And my last goal is to greatly reduce my backlog. So I have the Saturnine box plus a little bit of extra. I have some other minis that are just present. My Heresy armies. I'm trying to get a lot done on those. So I feel a lot better. I don't like having boxes of unassembled minis just sitting around. And I have a suspicion that more stuff that I want is going to go up for pre-order in, less than 2 weeks. So I need to make sure that I'm clearing out things for that. Okay, it's something I forgot on these minis. 2. Alright, last one. This guy, this sergeant here.
Look at me!
Oh, Quishy. Is this more in whips? More work you're doing? Absolutely. One moment. Hey guys, people posting work. Go show them some love. Go check out what they're working on. Let's see, Quishy, what you got? Okay, yeah. I'm liking the gold. Oh, an Angry Canadian, I see more of your Death Guard. Man, it's looking great, man. You've been painting for a month. Some great looking stuff. The skin tones and stuff you got on the what, a blight hauler? Is that what it is? The little drone thing. Really well done. Float drone, yeah, the flying one. And the blight hauler is the in the video. Okay. You posted your squad. Oh, okay. Oh, let's see it. It's Heresy Ultramarines. I love it, dude. Fantastic work. Ultramarines are cool. I don't care what everybody else says. Typhus and the nauseous rotbone to finish. Okay. Yeah, so you're cruising through. My goal, Primarch, with my Legion that I collect with my Thousand Sons is I want to get all the marks of armor as they come out. So I had, in total, I think I had about 70 Mark 6 that I got. And I have 50 Mark 2s between the Saturnine box and a little bit extra I got. But I want to get enough, like, just tactical Marines that I can mix the marks of armor and it looks like appropriate. I think that would be really cool. Really cool to be able to mix it up like that. So that is one of my goals with my Legion. So, you know, I don't know what armor's coming next. Maybe Mark 5, maybe Mark 4. But whatever comes next, I'll buy at least a box of 20. Happy if I get the 3K. Yeah, and get out of here, Mydrall. Get out. Lurking all day, sticks his head in just to comment about that, which he doesn't understand. Well, you're, to be fair, Primarch, that Age of Darkness box that you got, that's a 2,000 point army right there. Like, just that one set. Love how they went from red to blue armor. Yeah, that was like the Rubrique and stuff. Well, it was the Rubrique that caused it. There was like a cult in the Thousand Suns that used kind of the blue armor. Oh, yeah, you do paint Ultramarines. That's right. You know what? We don't need your negativity anyway. What is this? This nonsense. Yeah. There was a cult called the Order of Blindness who wore blue armor, but they were like the spies and the saboteurs and the snipers and the recon. Like, that was their role in the Legion. But I don't know, somehow their colors became more prevalent. I don't think it was the Rubrique that did it instantaneously. Maybe it was. We have with the new Blood Bowl box. What is that's Bertonia and Tomb Kings, right? In the Blood Bowl box, which is hilarious but incredible. We were just talking about Blood Bowl earlier. If I got into Blood Bowl, I'd play Wood Elves or Gnomes. Okay, I think that's it. The silver. Excuse me. Okay, try some dark gray real quick. Prove of both. The old Shamblers and the Vampires. The Vampires are pretty cool too, yeah. I'm always a fan of Undead. Some more tanks, maybe a Primarch, a few more Assault Marines, and I'm good. Yeah. Yeah. Drop pods aren't bad. It's just the play style of like drop pod assault doesn't exist. Drop pods are actually they're really good for, you know, doing something specific. You put a bunch of melta-guns in the drop pod, you drop them, you kill what you want. But you can't do that like more than once a turn. You know, my experience from 2nd edition is that Deep Strike was too much. So I do imagine that Deep Strike itself will get adjusted in the rules, so there will be like probably a supplement that has changes to how, not how it works, but you know, like specific armies, maybe a detachment where you can deep strike everything in the detachment or something, or something along those lines. I think that will happen through the edition, like planetary assault maybe, or something crazy like that. New game mode, maybe just a mission that you can deep strike as much as you want. But yeah, you're gonna end up with way more than 3,000 points though. I have about 10,000 points painted of just Thousand Suns. I have 1,500 points of Solar Auxilia. I have about 3,500 points of Militia to go along with everything. Batman Lord of Poxes, Plague Crawler, Box Blight Lord Terminators, and Box Marines Order. Nice. You were all in. That's great. Just be ready for you'll be ready for 11th edition next summer, right? This backpack here. Collecting, you have a 3,000 point army. Nice, nice. Yeah, one thing about playing these games, about wargaming and rules changes and edition changes, is as you collect, the changes affect you less. So, if you play and you collect, man, I got my 2,000 point 40k army. It's fine-tuned. These are the minis I have, and then the edition changes, and everything's different. And then you need to go buy a bunch of stuff. Let's say you do that, and then you play through the edition. You buy some more things. You fine-tune it, and then the edition changes again, or the codex comes out. A bunch of stuff changes, and you have to buy new stuff, but it's less. Eventually, you're just at the point to where you're like, oh, cool, the new mini is like all I need. And you just grab that and you're good. As long as you're cool to keep that mindset. I think you'll have a good time in 40k. 40k, man, is a revolving door of rules, though. Okay. I'm gonna grab those. Let's get the next guys. Oh, you know what? Let's see. Does he have? Does these little power cables that are external? Those are painted. Okay. Most fish with everything possible painted. Yeah, 15 box at new model. No. What all do it's a lot of Votann stuff, isn't it? I'm going to be painting Votann this month. I have a commission for the new Votann stuff, so we'll be getting to it. It's not everything, but it is a good amount. New characters, new vehicle, and then a bunch more The Ironkin, Brokier Ironkin, is that what they are? Just painted 6 for the gentleman. I'm going to be painting more. Be nice. It looks okay. I'm not the biggest fan of Votann aesthetic, honestly, but the new Archon that GW showed off today, that's a handsome mini. Grudge, I know it is. I understand. That's it for the dark gray on him. Let's get this last one. Essentially all we have left to do for base colors is white, and then we have some minor colors that are, I guess, more specific to these sergeants. So like this guy has little parchment rolls, the spells and everything, which I think I might just ignore those until the end and then work on those kind of on their own. But if I can get white on these minis tonight and get the wash on them, get a wash or two on them, that would go a very long way toward helping us actually finish these tomorrow. I might be doing that. Right, no, I don't think so. Okay, I think that's it. So 3 sergeants getting worked on. Here's the other stuff we have. Let's take a look. It's looking good. I'm going to put some more Mark Fit over these transfers, but we were working on the turret. About finished it up, but just these transfers, you can still see the outline of it. This Mark Fit should correct that. Mark Fit and weathering and varnishes should all go toward acting as a solution here. Got that. We'll varnish this. We'll finish this mini tonight, so that'll be another one in the books. That's for right there. And yeah, it's gonna look really cool. I like a good defensive emplacement. It's always nice. Steel is done. Our next color we paint is going to be bright neutral red. Whoops, dropping lids. All right. But guys, we're going to call it there. I'm going to say that's that for the stream today. Get out on me again. Hit again. Oh my gosh, 3 times. Ugh. That's so annoying. All right. Well, I will be on tomorrow. I am going to try to continue to figure out these internet issues and see if my ISP can figure things out. But we'll see. No guarantees. We'll just keep cutting stream a whole bunch. But you guys all have a wonderful afternoon, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody.